I think Mayor Bloomberg is someone who really represents the worst in what elected officials should be.
We've got 800-odd mayors in the Mayor's Coalition Against Illegal Guns.
I've dropped out of a group called the Mayors Against Illegal Guns.
Mayor Bloomberg's group, I think it's about deceiving the public. When you say mayors against illegal guns, they're not talking about illegal guns.
When I got elected mayor, I went up to a conference and I signed a petition, what I thought was to affirm your support for safer communities and being against illegal guns. I later found out that my name was put on a website and it was promoting anti-Second Amendment issues. I like microstamping, the SAFE Act. Laws like that are doing nothing but harming law-abiding citizens, and they're doing nothing to stop crime.
Did you feel like you were deceived?
I would say absolutely deception, and I think people have been lied to, and that's definitely something that needs to be exposed.
It's very apparent that Mayor Maher was duped by Mayors Against Illegal Guns.
Mayor, have you ever been approached by Mayor Bloomberg's group to become a member?
I actually have never been approached by them, but my predecessor actually belonged to the group Mayors Against Illegal Guns. So I asked my board to withdraw from this group, and we successfully voted unanimously to withdraw from Mayors Against Illegal Guns in the Village of Greenwood Lake.
The worst part about it was later when I found out about this information and I tried to get my name off the website. That was when things really got interesting.
You tried to get your name off.
Yes.
What happened?
I called Mayors Against Illegal Guns and I said, listen, I don't want any part of your organization. This is not what I thought I signed up for, and what your organization represents, I don't represent. And he still pressed harder and harder, and eventually he said, listen, Mayor Bloomberg has a lot of resources, and if you stay with our organization, you will have a lot of those resources allocated to you. And he was talking about financial contributions to my political campaigns. And I said, I don't want your money. I don't want your money. I don't believe in your ideas. I'd like my name taken off of the website. And he tried again. I said, absolutely not.
Sounds like his group, did not want to take no for an answer.
Absolutely. In every way that you can define a payoff, that's what it was, to me at least. And it made me wonder just how many other mayors were put in the position that I was in and took that money.
To know that Mayor Maher stood up to them makes me very proud to know him and to call him my friend. But I am very disturbed by Mayor Bloomberg. When someone tries to offer an elected official money to try to slander or to slash the Constitution of the United States of America, it's appalling.
And is he buying mayors? Is that what this organization is all about? And if so, change the name to mayors that have been bought for and against illegal guns.
Regulating assault weapons certainly falls within the bounds of the Second Amendment, and so does everything else we're urging.
My message to Mayor Bloomberg would be to stay out of our neighborhoods, stick to the city. We love hunting, we love protecting our families, and we will always support the Second Amendment.
Mayor Maher tells me that most of the residents here in Walden and in the surrounding areas own firearms, and that these people are convinced that Mayor Bloomberg's coalition isn't just going after illegal guns, it's going after all guns.
Your guns, our guns, my guns, everyone's guns. It's about a broader initiative. This is about much more than gun control or about protecting our families and friends.
When you look at everything they're about, I would argue that 80% of this country wouldn't believe in it.
This is not a constitutional question. It's a question of political courage.
This is about going against something that we've had since the founding of our Constitution. We've had the Second Amendment in our Constitution since the beginning. I don't want people squandering it. I don't want people trying to take it for granted.
Bloomberg has not been a fan of anyone lately, whether it's telling you what ounce-sized drink that you need to have or how many bullets you can put in your gun. He has not been a fan of my constituents. So my constituents were very proud of me when I stood up and told my story. They know that I was telling them the truth, that what I said was genuine, and they now know in my heart and in theirs as well that I will always protect their rights.
Why do you think, though, Bloomberg is using trickery instead of the truth?
Because the truth doesn't fit his ideals. It doesn't fit the ideas that he represents.
Well, you look at Bloomberg. Sure. Look how many members of his organization leave the organization because they're facing criminal charges.
And that's just a piece of the pie. When you look at Bloomberg himself, he represents everything that's wrong with being an elected official. I think that the corruption that New Yorkers are used to, they see in Bloomberg because he's about government infringing on your lives. And people are seeing just how dangerous and how real that can be.
What do you think is the biggest false claim he makes about the Second Amendment and gun ownership?
That he wants to stop crime, that he wants to help people. Everything that he's doing, the money that he's spending, it's doing nothing to solve the problem. So that is the biggest crime in itself. And that's the thing that bothers me the most.
It's very discouraging as an elected official to see these backdoor deals and these underhanded moves that people like Andrew Cuomo and Mayor Bloomberg are trying to do. And I think with this organization, Mayors Against Illegal Guns, the amount of money that flows through it, it only increases their ability to influence politics, which is very, very dangerous.
This is Bloomberg's last year here. Do you see him, once he leaves office, continuing to put that money into things like his anti-gun agenda?
Unfortunately, I think that is exactly what will happen. I think he's not going to go away. I think he's out to destroy the Second Amendment and to make people more reliant on government. I think that's what his end game is. What we need to do is stick together. We need to get our stories out there. We need to affirm our beliefs so that when people see Bloomberg, he's not official in any way. Because we don't need anyone taking our guns, and we don't need any more government interfering with our lives.
You're determined to fight it?
Absolutely, I'm going to fight it with every ounce of energy I have.